Over 3.5 million children are investigated for child abuse every single year in the United States. Think about it. We could fill an entire NFL stadium with these children every single week for an entire year. And you would think that in these cases, it would be obvious if the abuse occurred or not based on the physical evidence. But in less than 5% of child sexual abuse cases, physical evidence is available. So without this physical evidence, what do we use? Well, we ask the child to sit in front of a judge and jurors and tell their story. So for the rest of this talk, I want you to imagine that you're a juror and that you're listening to Elizabeth, an 11-year-old girl, tell her story about her father sexually abusing her. Throughout her testimony, Elizabeth is consistently avoiding eye contact, she's flapping her hands, and she's rocking her body. Now, do these behaviors indicate to you, a jury member, that Elizabeth is lying? Because in previous studies, it has been found that yes, these behaviors do indicate to jury members that she is lying. But now what if I told you Elizabeth had autism? How does that influence your decision? Do you think she is less believable because of the stereotypes surrounding individuals with autism? Or do you think she's more believable because now you understand that those behaviors are because of her diagnosis and not that she's lying? This is what we found in open-ended responses from my thesis, that jurors indicated yes, that when they knew that Elizabeth had autism, that she was more believable because they were able to discount those behaviors. Now, the next question I had was, what if Elizabeth was using the most common type of support in the United States? A support person. This is somebody who sits next to the witness while they're giving their testimony and provides emotional support by sitting there and holding their hand and patting their back and giving that physical presence without any verbal confirmation. And in my study, we called her Lisa. Now that Lisa is here, how does that influence your perception of what Elizabeth is saying? Do you think she's less believable, like in prior studies? Because Lisa may be influencing Elizabeth's story. Or do you think that she's more believable because you understand that she needs that additional support because of her diagnosis? This is what we found in my study, was that yes, when jurors knew that Elizabeth had autism and Lisa was present, that Elizabeth was more believable than when jurors did not know that she had autism. So with the findings from my study, we'll be able to inform legal professionals on how to provide vulnerable witnesses like Elizabeth with the greatest supports possible to have their voices heard. Thank you.